Welcome back, everyone, and buckle up because today's story is one that will set Cowboys Nation buzzing. What we're about to dive into could shake the very core of this franchise and potentially alter the direction of the Dallas Cowboys' future. The headlines right now are exploding with speculation, and the chatter is only growing louder. Reports suggest that the Dallas Cowboys have received a massive trade offer from the Green Bay Packers for none other than Micah Parsons. Yes, you heard that correctly. The Packers, eyeing one of the most dominant defensive forces in all of football, may have come knocking at Jerry Jones' door with a blockbuster proposal. But that's not all. Alongside these rumblings about Parsons, there are also reports circulating about wide receiver Jalen Tolbert being included in trade rumors and running back Breece Hall's name being tied to the Cowboys in yet another round of potential moves. If true, we are looking at the kind of developments that could completely reshape the Cowboys' depth chart, locker room chemistry, and playoff outlook. So, let's break this down from every angle and see what's really going on here. The very idea of trading Micah Parsons seems almost unthinkable for Cowboys fans. Parsons has been the face of this defense ever since he stepped onto the field, instantly transforming the Cowboys' pass rush and creating nightmares for opposing quarterbacks. He isn't just a defensive standout, he's a cornerstone player, a leader, and someone the Cowboys envisioned building their entire defense around for years to come. He's been compared to legends like Lawrence Taylor, and has often looked like he's on a trajectory to be one of the greatest defensive players of his generation. And yet, even with all that, whispers are swirling that the Packers could be considering a major push to acquire him. Rumors suggest the offer might include multiple first-round picks, additional high draft capital, and possibly even a player or two to sweeten the deal. That's the kind of jaw-dropping haul that would force any front office to at least pause and think, no matter how much they love their superstar. From the Packers' side, this rumor makes sense in many ways. Green Bay is in a transitional phase with Jordan Love emerging as the starting quarterback and the organization looking to maximize the years of his rookie contract window. What better way to take pressure off a young quarterback than to pair him with a game-wrecking defensive superstar who can change the outcome of games on his own? The Packers have a strong history of investing in defense, and landing a generational talent like Parsons would give them the kind of anchor they've been missing since the days of Reggie White and Charles Woodson. It would energize their locker room, excite their fan base, and send a clear message to the NFC that they are ready to contend again immediately. Now, from the Cowboys' perspective, the idea of letting go of Parsons is more complicated. On one hand, he's the player you want on your roster every Sunday, the type of defender who elevates everyone around him. On the other hand, the Cowboys are entering a critical period with their salary cap and roster decisions. They're facing difficult choices about paying Dak Prescott, locking down CeeDee Lamb with a massive extension, and keeping the rest of their young talent happy and under contract. Parsons himself will soon be eligible for a mega extension, one that could reset the entire market for defensive players. Some insiders believe his price tag will approach quarterback money, with estimates suggesting $30 million per year or even more. For a team that has multiple high-priced stars already, it's fair to ask whether Dallas can afford to keep everyone. And that's where this Packers rumor becomes fascinating. If Green Bay is indeed dangling 2 or 3 first-round picks along with additional assets, that's the type of return that could allow Dallas to reset financially and reload for the future. Jerry Jones has always been a bold, headline-grabbing owner, and while trading Parsons would undoubtedly be controversial, it would also be one of the biggest trades in modern NFL history. Imagine Dallas walking into the 2026 draft with multiple first-rounders and the flexibility to address offensive line, secondary, or even future quarterback concerns. It's not out of the realm of possibility that the Cowboys are at least listening. But Parsons isn't the only name floating around in the rumor mill. Wide receiver Jalen Tolbert has also been mentioned in potential trade discussions. Tolbert has had flashes of promise since being drafted, but with the Cowboys already boasting CeeDee Lamb, Brandon Cooks, and rookie standouts making waves, Tolbert has struggled to carve out a consistent role. Teams around the league are reportedly showing interest in his upside, and Dallas could be exploring ways to move him while his value is still relatively high. Trading Tolbert might not be as seismic as moving Parsons, but it could still bring back some valuable mid-round draft capital or perhaps help the Cowboys address depth in other areas like cornerback or defensive line. And then there's Breece Hall, the talented running back from the New York Jets, whose name has also been tied to the Cowboys in the rumor mill. Hall is an explosive back who can change games with his speed and vision, but he's also coming off a major injury and is playing in a Jets backfield that's had its fair share of turmoil. With the Cowboys still trying to find their true identity at running back following Ezekiel Elliott's departure and Tony Pollard's inconsistent stretches, linking them to Hall makes sense. A trade for Hall would give Dallas a dynamic option out of the backfield and potentially reignite their rushing attack, but the cost and his health status would be big factors in whether such a move would actually make sense. It's worth noting that the Cowboys are at a crossroads in terms of strategy. They've built a team that has been good enough to win double-digit games in the regular season but has consistently fallen short in the postseason. That's why trade rumors like these gain so much traction, because everyone knows that running it back hasn't been enough. If Dallas truly wants to get over the hump, they might have to make moves that shock people. Trading for or away from major names, reshaping the roster's balance, and making aggressive bets are all things this front office has to consider. Now, the fan reactions to these rumors are also telling. Cowboys Nation is split. Some fans say there is no possible return that justifies letting Micah Parsons go, calling him a once-in-a-generation talent who should retire in a Cowboys uniform. Others argue that football is a business, and if the team can't afford to keep all its stars, maximizing value now could be the smartest long-term play. As for the Packers, their fans are buzzing at the mere idea of Parsons wearing green and gold. It would instantly elevate their defense and possibly put them back in contention for a Super Bowl berth. And of course, Jets fans are nervous about the Hall rumors, as losing him would gut their offense and leave Aaron Rodgers with fewer weapons heading into a pivotal season. When you step back and look at the bigger picture, what we're seeing is a Cowboys team under immense pressure. The NFC is competitive, the Eagles are loaded, and every year of Dak Prescott's contract window matters. Dallas has to weigh whether standing pat with their current roster gives them the best shot, or if making bold moves, no matter how controversial, could actually be the key to finally breaking through. Trading Parsons would be historic, moving Tolbert would be a strategic shift, and acquiring someone like Breece Hall would be a gamble with big upside. At the end of the day, rumors are just rumors until pen hits paper, but the fact that these names are being discussed at all tells us something important. It tells us that the Cowboys are not content with just being good. They're looking for ways to become great, even if it means shaking up the very foundation of their roster. Whether Jerry Jones pulls the trigger on any of these deals remains to be seen, but make no mistake, the rest of the league is watching closely. The Cowboys' next move could ripple through the entire NFL. So the question is, would you trade Micah Parsons for a king's ransom if it meant securing the Cowboys' future, or is he simply too valuable to ever let go? Would moving Tolbert or taking a chance on Breece Hall make Dallas a stronger contender, or just shuffle the deck without addressing the real issues? These are the debates echoing throughout Cowboys Nation right now, and only time will tell which direction this storied franchise takes. Thank you all for watching and for staying with me through this deep dive into the latest Cowboys rumors. This story is far from over, and you can bet we'll be following every twist and turn as the season approaches. Make sure you hit that like button if you enjoyed the breakdown, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you never miss an update on your Dallas Cowboys and all the breaking NFL news.